Regina Hall, and tonight we have Dr. Anita Powell, and we're going to be talking about empowerment. And
Yes.
isn't that wonderful? We want to be empowered as we're starting the new year off. Now, you should already be empowered and carry it on from one year to the next. But hey, some of us aren't there yet, but we're going to help you get there tonight. So, we start off telling you about a few things that are happening in the community and so forth. So, always bring your paper and your pencil so you can jot these things down. One of the things is, and people have been calling me about this, the Section 8 housing is open right now. And
Wow,
Section 8
great.
housing is not just in what area you think it is, it's in
Mhm.
all
Oh,
areas in all states. Once you
great.
get on the government Section 8 program, you can take it anywhere. You can take it to another state. You can take it to the suburban area. You can take it, it's not just in the rural areas,
Hmm.
it's in the suburban areas. Every area has an obligation to have certain number of people that are using Section 8 housing. So go
Okay.
to MISTA and sign up today or Google it in whatever state you're in. But Section 8 housing is open. The application is open right now till like the end of the month. I don't remember the date right now, but check it out or go to my Facebook page, Michelle Turner White. Also, I've got tickets for Joe Turner's Coming Home play. It's a play by August Max, the gentleman who made the Fences. He's a author,
Yeah.
playwright, and many of his plays have been turned, or his books have been turned into films. So he did the film Fences and some other
Yes.
things too. I can't remember the others right now, but
Books. Yeah.
I've got tickets for that. It's going to be at the Repertory Theater Saturday afternoon, February the 27th, and tickets are $25. And if you call us, I might just be able to give away one ticket. So maybe even two. But you give us a call this afternoon at 313-355-6018 once we get started. So that's tickets to Joe Turner's, I'm saying Coming Home, and I know I'm saying it wrong because I don't have the tickets in front of me. But it's a play
Yes. Yes.
uh, by August Max. February the 17th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon matinee at the Detroit Repertory Theater, and we hope to see you there. So give us a call. Also, you want to talk about the vision board? Uh,
Yeah. 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 That. Yeah. So, this is the 2024, and many folks have already broken their resolutions. Isn't that something? And we make these promises to ourselves, and unfortunately, it can be very difficult to keep. We want to invite you to our vision board party. And I just put because I thought Michelle was going to do it. I
It's
just put,
January the 27th, which is a
yes.
Saturday. It's going to be from 9 to 1 p.m. And if you just give us a call, we can tell you the location. It's at a church in
Right.
Detroit.
Yep, I have that. And
Okay.
so it's called Unleashing Your Purpose, a vision board workshop. And we're really excited for you to come. It's going to be held on January 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that's at 19901 Greenfield in Detroit. And if you, like Michelle said, give us a call. And you can even go to her
Facebook page,
Facebook
Michelle
page,
Turner White.
and you can go to mine's, Regina Hall. What I will say, going to Regina Hall, there is another Regina Hall, and people find it difficult at times to find me. Um, I would just encourage you to go to Michelle's. You can go to mine, and you can also go to my Enlightened Heart Services one. That's under the business. If you let us know that you're interested, the tickets are $50, but if you do early registration before the 20th of this month, you can get a $5 discount. So we really would like to have you there. Partner with us. And this is going to be a great event where you can talk about how to turn these goals that you have to taking small steps. I read something today from one of my mentors. She said, if you take your small steps, dream big, but take small steps. And just make sure that you're moving. I thought that was pretty
That's
good.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I really did. Just make sure that you're moving. So join us on January 27th and let's move together. Let's work out your small steps and talk about how you can make 2024 impactful for you.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be that the cost includes breakfast and lunch
Yes.
and materials, fun creative things to put on your vision
Yeah.
board. So we're going to, a lot of the materials, we're going to have a good time.
Yes.
And we're going to be giving, sharing empowerment things that you can speak to yourself, scriptures that you can quote over yourself, because it's important for us to speak out of our mouths. Our mouths have a lot of power.
Yes.
And that is important because we are vessels that have power. And sometimes people don't recognize the power that they have. I love that song. I got the power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
right.
We got to recognize the power that we have, and we're going to be showing you or encouraging you to do it even more. How to share your power, how to walk in your power.
Yes.
That's January the 27th. And Dr. Regina, did you have something else you wanted to share? I like your notes and things that you share about. It's like a minute of wisdom.
Yes, you know what? But since we have our empowerment sister,
Oh,
who's
all
spoken
right.
word,
Yes,
I really
yes.
wanted to turn that over to Anita to
Okay.
open us up with something that you may want to share in a poem. And I know that I'm not putting you on the spot because you always have one in your pocket.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Regina. It would be my pleasure.
Okay.
All right. Just let me know. I just go on now?
Yeah, just go on now.
Okay,
So
all right.
you
Well,
can
happy-
tell us the
All
name
eyes
of
on
your
you.
poem. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this one is called Destiny, and this was written in 1987. This is one piece that I didn't know what was being written until it was done. And that's why I knew.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew that was. And this is Destiny. So Happy New Year. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
So
Year.
Happy New
beautiful.
Year.
So believe in yourself and in your dream. Though impossible it may seem. Now, some say it just ain't true that you cannot and what you should not do is believe in you. Well, here, pay that no attention. Let me mention. You believe in yourself and in your plan. And don't say that you can, you say that you will. So you are able to go across the norm if you just go and reach the stars. It doesn't matter how hard it may seem to you. Just know that this is your dream. See, God gave you this dream and he gave it to nobody else. So as you step on the path, just believe in yourself. That's all you have to do. Jesus said, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed and no inner doubt, without fail, you will achieve your dream because it is the Father that gave it to you in the first place. So stay on in your space. Believe that you will, that you are, and I guarantee you, so beautiful, you will go far.
All right. I love that. Yeah. Snaps up.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That was very empowering.
Yes, very.
Very
So you
powerful.
wrote that in 1987?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you didn't really know where you were going with it until you had finished it.
It was called Destiny, and I was just writing, and I was writing and writing and writing, and then when it was done, I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And I said, "Okay,
Nice.
thank you, Father, Mother God."
All
I
right.
knew where that came from.
All right. All right. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So, Michelle, any more announcements or anything, or you want us to move forward? I can read her bio.
That sounds good.
Okay. So we have Dr. Anita C. Powell, and she is a mother, grandmother, also a reverend, award-winning international energy poet, spoken word artist. Anita Caprice, though. So you're going to have to tell us about the separation in name. Author, doctor of metaphysics, thought leader, human rights consultant, Michigan unemployment appeals, and rare disease advocate. Anita has been described as a global humanitarian leader and is also a doctor of philosophy, honoris CASA recipient. She's also the founder of, is IGA?
And on guy.
In, say it again.
On guy.
Angai, okay, Creative Thought Academy, Poetry and Music Publishing, Tap to You Movement LLC, Tap to You for World Peace Movement, 2023 second year, and she gonna definitely tell us more about that. It's a global initiative, empowerment through spoken word poetry. Tap to You, a Help to Heal, a global nonprofit foundation. And love to hear more about that because our sister has started a school. Reflection of an Angel that she's authored. There's Perfection Within Our Imperfection. Book of Poetry, 4th edition. You, Your Own Universe. Reference Manual and Journal. And The Divine Feminine. My Relationship with God, a global anthology. She's also a philanthropist. And let me see. Oh, from 20 to 2022, right? Anita and Family,
Yeah.
the Angel Dream Team, under the auspices of her nonprofit, raising money to build a school in the
Conduit.
Kandui B community. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Anita has received awards from across the globe and continues to share her talent, time, and treasure within our global community. And I've been seeing you a lot online lately, a lot on Facebook, and
Right.
really doing a lot now in the community. It's just,
Thanks.
we've been kind of keeping up with one another for so
yes,
long,
right.
and now I'm seeing all this movement. I'm like, go girl. So tell us what's going on.
Oh, what is going on? I can just say, 2024 is starting off really, really good. And I'm making sure that everything is in order because, I'm an energy gal, with the metaphysics and everything. And this year is a year where we all can be successful if we have things in order. Order in our mind, order in our heart, and also order outside, things that are in place. So I'm taking that to stride. As far as it is tap into you. The Tap Into You movement is a company. It's a service where I provide metaphysical tools like self-recovery items,
Okay.
self-recovery tools and things like that. And I'm a consultant or counselor, educator, metaphysical teacher, that kind of thing, with empowerment through spoken word poetry. This was established in 2018, and it was me and thee from 2018 to 2022. And it was one time I was speaking with a sister friend of mine. We were on the phone. I was saying, yeah, well, Michelle, this is what I have, and this is the dream. This is what's going on. I want to grow it. And just in a second moment, she said, you know what? I believe in that, and I want to join. So she became the vice president, and she still is the vice president.
Okay.
And since then, Empowerment Through Spoken Word Poetry has grown. We have 27 ambassadors. We have a global ambassador and 27 ambassadors around the world in different countries.
Oh, wow.
This year I would like to see, and what I'm doing is following in the footsteps of a powerful, dynamic, beautiful sister, Dr. Harbina Aurora Ride.
Yes.
That was the first time that I became a global chairperson of something. And being in that organization, I learned so much about the different cultures. And I always knew that we're basically one. I mean, we're all connected. We're all children of God. So we're all connected with the source. And I just learned so much, and I said, okay, you know what? I'd like to do that. So our empowerment through spoken word, we have it's through advocacy, by way of advocacy, cultural arts, and philanthropy. And I got to give a shout out, Michelle Brown. She's the vice president. Yeah, and right now we have we do. It's called Gift of Love kits, and these kits, what they are, they're items for women escaping homes, their domestic violence situation. So we put kits together, have panties, socks, toothpaste, toothbrush, washcloth, soap, deodorant, anything that we thought that, okay, I'm escaping from someplace with my life. What is it that I'd want to do the first thing once I got somewhere settled? And we thought, I want to get in that shower and wash off all that stuff.
I know that's right.
So we put items in the bags for things like that. And then a piece of poetic affirmations. I call them poetry, poetic affirmations. And We have one main source here in Detroit, and we've given them to two other organizations here in the city, and then we've also sent them to New Jersey. So they've gone to New Jersey, and right now our global ambassador and Grenada ambassador, she's going to be checking with some organizations in Grenada to see how we can ship them or send the money to her, and she put the items
Right,
together
yeah.
for there. Yeah. So
Awesome.
so that's our and then the advocacy we also do rare disease. Yeah. So I'm a rare disease legislative advocate. So I do research on that because it's recently then that I discovered that such a thing existed, and a lot of people are diagnosed with that, and there are different things that can be helped through clinical trial studies, and so I'm advocating for that and supporting, just sharing, because we as a people in the BIPOC community, we're kind of hesitant to be stepping in these these experiments and
Yes.
stuff going on. So I do a lot of research with that to share that a lot of us are coming out saying no, long as we know what's going on, but we have to now it's a point that is called selective bias, not a racial thing, but it's just now because it's assumed that people of color would not want to participate in a clinical trial study. It's not being too much offered, but then that's just a flip of the script as far as the way we're thinking. So that's one of the things that I'm researching to do that.
What are some of the rare diseases?
Oh, there's scleroderma. There is
Now, before you go off, before you go on to the next one, what is scleroderma?
scleroderma is a disease.
Scleroderma.
It's I'm
So
it's
derma has to do with skin.
skin.
Okay,
And
all
sclera
right.
just mean tight. It's
Okay.
Greek word in
Okay.
derma. Yes.
So
So,
Okay.
skin disease.
so no. So it's not well. It affects the skin. It can affect its local localized and limited, and then there's diffused. Scleroderma is I'm going to say a condition because I'm not sure. They say it's a disease, but when I went through and studied with massage therapy, I learned that a dis-ease is something that comes from outside, like cancer, like a foreign invader comes into your body. A disorder is when your body starts to go through its changes in that normal fashion. So it has
Okay.
nothing to do with outside. It's the organs start to change. And scleroderma is basically a condition where the collagen and you know how when we heal, you have scar tissue and the fibroblast that helps, and then the white T cells and all that. Well, with scleroderma, it continues the healing continues, and then that produces scarring, and that scarring can come on your skin, which is bad enough, but it can affect every single organ.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nothing to play with, kind of thing. So
So
yeah,
that's just one of the rare diseases.
that's one of them.
But
Yeah,
many different rare diseases, you all assist people with that, or you help advocate.
Do the research.
We
Yeah.
do the research for
and,
it.
and creating awareness, just like Josephine Rhodes. Yeah, she is coming on because every third Monday I go on Facebook and have a rare disease presentation.
Very good.
And she's going to be the guest on Monday, this coming Monday, and she's going to be discussing a rare cancer disease. See, these are things I just didn't even know. And there's so
this
many
is
of
part
us.
of what Tap Into You movement. This is just one of the things.
Yeah, that's my foundation, empowerment through spoken word. Tap Into You is another. It's like first, yeah, that's like my company profit. That's for profit.
Okay.
My empowerment through spoken word is not for profit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, so you divided yourself into two.
Well, yeah.
Your
because-
companies, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
So
nonprofit
the
and profit.
nonprofit serves the community, helping those who have with the rare diseases, and with women who have been battered or
Domestic.
domestic violence situations.
Yeah, who have actually just ran out of their home with just no socks and coats on, and we have these kits for them. And then also, and that's the advocacy and also the philanthropy. Then we have cultural arts. Our vice president, she and our board member, who's also a South African ambassador, they've collaborated. So now they're getting together and creating like a poetry corner for our ambassadors, because one of our main components too is to enhance recognition of our ambassadors, because these ambassadors, they're awesome. This is our family, so yeah, so they're poets, they're prose. We did a global anthology called Universal Verses, Words to Inspire Peace and Hope, and it was 10 with 10 sisters and one brother from India. And yeah, we just like to enhance what they're doing, because a lot of them.
Looking at camera.
Oh, okay. A lot of them. Thank you, Dr. Regina.
Okay.
A lot of them. Pardon me, you guys. A lot of them are self-employed, and all of us have talent because we're all creative.
That's right.
So our main thing is to enhance them. Is to enhance what they do, and then we have initiatives like featured poet. We have Poetry Power. The 28th of January, we're collaborating with the Tap Into You Peace Partner Movement and Empowerment Through Spoken Word. This is our second Reverence and Respect Global Conference, where we talk about love and respect, because Empowerment Through Spoken Word, our main mission is to advocate and promote peace and love. That's number one. So that's basically what we do on a global. We want to do this on a global scale as well.
I love that. Well, let me just say that you are watching Community Updates in Enlightened Hearts, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
I like that.
They can call us.
Yes, and you can please call us, because we have our wonderful guest, Dr. Anita Powell, at 313-355-6018, as she talks about empowering us through the spoken word. And just share with us a little, Dr. Powell, how did you get involved in knowing that the spoken word for you and all these avenues? Because I love what you say, tap into you, your nonprofit, all of it's through creating that word. Tell me more about that.
Well, I've been writing poetic affirmations all my life. I mean, since I was a little girl in elementary school. And I call her my cousin. We would sit on the porch, the cement porch, and just write poetry and share these pieces with each other. At one time, I just kept them all to myself, because when you read my poetic affirmation, you say, "Oh, okay, I know about her," because that's how I write as far as who I am. Because as a child, I always wrote it. It was in search of God. Because I've always been in search of God, and I have to say the way that I understood it, because we're taught we're taught and through generation and generation, and some things just didn't make sense, and it was the spirit in me that said, okay, I've got to develop and learn my relationship with God. So that took me through some stages. I left 19 years employment on a wing and a prayer, because I wanted to find out, what's my faith? What is, and I've learned that, I need to up the game on my faith, and that's a beautiful thing, because I learned it. But my relationship, that's what Tap Into You is all about. It's about getting closer to God by getting closer to yourself. Jesus said the first thing you do, you seek the counsel, and then he said, then what you do is you go inside to seek that counsel. So Tap Into You is all about going inside and tapping into that spirit within you, tapping into even that doubt, the shadows, and embracing. Because we learn so much about, getting rid of fear, getting rid of ego, getting rid of this. And my thing is, don't get rid of it, embrace it. That's a part of you, because the more you love it, the more you're going to tame it, the more it's not going to control you. You're going to control it, because you're giving it love. Because it's all about love. It's all about love. That's it. And forgiveness.
And I love what you're sharing, Dr. Powell, Many Christians, though, when you start talking about spirit
Mm-hmm.
and metaphysics, that sounds too mystical to
Okay.
people because
Mm-hmm.
we forget that we are a spirit. We
Absolutely.
read the scripture that about being a spirit being, but we don't think about it.
Right.
That we
Absolutely.
actually are,
Absolutely.
and learning how to tap in that portion of ourselves, of
Mm-hmm.
our higher plane of
Absolutely.
ourselves. And I
Absolutely.
love that. So tell us how you help people to tap in that. I know you do it through the spoken word the affirmations,
Mm-hmm.
because you get people to speak positively and to recognize who they are.
Absolutely. And when you mention, as far as that mystical and different things like that, it took a while. My prayer for a while was, Thy will be done. I pray to hear Thy will and have the courage to do it. Well, many years I didn't have the courage to do it because my thing was, we are human and divine. But I said, I'm not going to. I can't say that because people will ostracize me. They will judge me. I will be all alone. They will talk about me. They will call me names. But I kept hearing, and because we talk about Holy Spirit all the time. Oh, the Holy Spirit in me. Oh, and that's what I mean. We get it up here, but it was God said, nope. Hey, listen. You said Thy will be done. And I pray to hear that and have the courage. So I just last year got the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to say and shout it on the rooftop. We are human and divine, and within our imperfection there rests perfection, because it said it in the beginning created in things. So that's what I do. And there are different ways. Like I have self-recovery cards, and like I said, it's about embracing who we are, not trying to change. Like me, I want to lose 20 pounds, but you better believe I love every bit of this 20 pounds as I work to lose it. I'm not denying anything, any part about me, because I've done it for so long and didn't like myself for so long because I was told, hey, this is the way you need to look. This is the way you need to say. I shaved my head because I said, you know what? I'm conforming. I've never been a conformist.
Yeah.
And I don't
She
want to
said, just get rid of it.
and I don't want
And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
you do.
Thank you.
Well, it's something that you brought that up, right? Because I'm not gonna shave my hair. However, the
love
reason
your
why
hair.
I came out of the perm was because I felt like I was trying to straighten my hair to be something I wasn't. And once I started connecting with that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going back to straightening my hair. And now they have all this stuff out here about if you're perming your hair and
I
you've done it for 5 years,
I
Yes,
know.
it
Isn't that
causes this
something?
and
it causes
They got
cancer.
a
Yeah.
class action
It's class
suit.
action suits that
Isn't
are out
that
there.
something?
That is
We've been using it for years.
for years. But you know something? Something in my spirit said, Regina, stop, because you don't know what's in those chemicals. And I pulled away from it even with my daughter. She don't even perm her own hair. I just didn't want those chemicals. However, I really admire what you were saying about that tapping into us and accepting, because I know I love where you are. If you're losing 20 pounds, I too want to lose 20 pounds, losing
Me
that
too.
20 pounds. But I have to admit, one of the things I say, girl, you got to get rid of these. But I did hear something years ago that said, embrace you.
Yes.
Because
Where
all
you
of
are
that
right
is
now.
you, where you are
Right.
right now.
Right.
And don't criticize it. But we live in a society that teaches you to criticize who you are,
Right.
rather than accept your imperfections and perfections.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because it's like how, now the thing is, be authentic. Let's be authentic. It's like, well, how can I be authentic if I'm denying myself? How can I really be authentic if I don't accept
Or
myself?
people don't want to take pictures of themselves
Look in
because
the
they don't
camera,
like the way they look right now.
Right,
And you
right.
might look like that for 20 years. So you're not going to take pictures, and you're going to be dead and gone one day. And then where's the pictures of this person or that person? Oh, they didn't take pictures. Yeah. So, I mean, not that we can't still remember them, but I believe in loving yourself where you are, how you are, just as you are.
Absolutely, and I know it's a journey.
It is a
It
journey.
takes a
It
moment
does.
it takes a moment to get there. There's still times, I'll get a look in the mirror and I'll look. I said, and then I immediately stop. I said, "Don't you do that? Don't you go there?" And then I'll say, "Oh, you know what? I love this part. I love you too." I said, "But I'm gonna be changing that in a minute, though. But I love you."
Yes, yes. We do have to love where we are, how we speak, how we approach life. I was even talking to my daughter today, and you can really speak to this. I said, she said, "Ma, I just don't understand why such and such is thinking that way." I said, "You know something? We think that way. And the reason why we don't understand is because we're dealing with people from where we are and not from where they are."
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's really true.
It
And
really is. We've got to learn to accept, everybody has their own reality. We all,
Yes.
Don's Miguel, Jose and Miguel Ruiz and the 4 and 5th agreements. That's where, it just resonated with me, those 4 agreements and that 5th one.
well, slow down. Say that again. Tell us what
Don-
you're saying.
Oh, the authors. Yeah, Don's is father and son.
Okay.
Don's Miguel and Jose Ruiz.
Okay.
Don Ruiz wrote the 4 agreements, and then the father and son got together and they wrote the 5th agreement. And the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't assume, do the best you can, and be impeccable with your word, do the best you can, don't assume, and there's that 4th one. What was that 4th? Don't assume, be impeccable with your word, do the best you can. Can't think of that 4th one now. Forgive me, guys. And it was right on the tip of my tongue.
I know what that is.
The 5th one is everybody has their own reality. Don't assume.
It'll come back.
And it's
Yeah.
not judgment. It's not judgment. Don't assume. Be impeccable with your word. Yeah, it'll come. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
I
guys.
love that. So be impeccable with your words. Don't assume.
Mhm.
And what's
do
the other?
do the best you can.
Do the best you can.
Do the best you can. Yeah.
And it's
And
a
there's a
father and
4th
son
one.
that wrote these.
The father and son wrote the 5th one.
Oh,
They
the
wrote the 5th
5th one.
agreement. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay.
So don't. Yeah.
And who wrote the first 4 ones?
It's in one book. It's just called the 4 agreements
I'm
out of
looking
the
at it
one
now.
book.
Okay.
Oh, you research? Oh, you doing it? Okay. Yeah, 'cause I was
So
looking.
you
it up.
said it, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally.
Uh-huh.
Don't make assumptions.
Don't make
And
assumptions.
always do your best.
Don't make assumptions. That's the one I was.
And the
yeah.
5th one is what?
Everybody has their own reality.
Everybody has their own reality. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what it's saying is that, okay, I hear you. We have it's okay to disagree. It's okay if we don't think the same way, and that's okay. So that to me that flows in, which I love. My grandson shared this with me about Sean Covey's 7 Habits of Healthy Kids. I just love that.
Yes.
I just did delivered a message on this platform yesterday, and I was talking about the pedagogy method, the educating method, and I incorporated Sean Covey's.
Which is Steve Covey's son.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I incorporated the 7 Habits of Healthy Kids. I just, and it's just so cool because all of those habits, that's just, things that we can just, little simple things, win-win kind of thing. And
Yes.
first things first. And I just, that's just so cool. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, there might be some people that are listening right now that
Uh-huh.
have some things that they want to that you're currently doing that
Yes.
are what do you do to empower yourself? What do you do to keep yourself motivated? Share it with us. Give us a call at 313-355-6018.
Yeah.
Or maybe you might have some questions that you might want to ask Dr. Powell on how she's doing, what she's doing, and get in touch with her organization, or if you know someone who is being battered that needs some assistance in that area, a place to go, and how they can get in touch. You're going to tell us in a moment how to get in touch with you.
Sure.
But we thank you for everyone for tuning in right here to
Yes.
WJZZ
Thank
Cool
you.
TV, the coolest station in the world, and you're watching us right here either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. And tune in every Wednesday. We're right here from 6 to 7 p.m. Again, feel free to give us a call at 313-355-6018. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
And sometimes people are texting
And
me
comment.
and comment. People are commenting and they'll text me. We would appreciate it if you would send your text to social media. Don't send them to us individually. Put it on social media because that's how the numbers, and as you're tallying the numbers, that's how you increase. So please, we're looking at it on YouTube right now. You can comment if you don't want to call in. Comment on YouTube. Comment on WJZZ Cool TV's Facebook page, or Michelle Turner White's Facebook page, or Regina Hall's Facebook page.
Yes.
And but we appreciate you for tuning in. Matter of fact, we got a notice today that we were the number one station,
that is
number one
beautiful.
show on the station. So we thank you for that.
Beautiful. Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, and thank you
That's
for everyone for
beautiful.
watching and commenting,
Yes.
and all the wonderful guests that we have. We thank you.
Yes.
So, Dr. Powell,
Mhm.
I see that you do a number of things with, I'm not sure if it's with the tap into you portion, but what do you do as a Michigan unemployment appeals
Yes.
advocate? Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's part of what I do on an independent contracting basis. I consult, prepare, and represent unemployed workers at hearings before administrative law judges.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been doing that since 2004.
Mhm.
My sister and I. Our mother was pioneer in getting us into the program. She was the first black woman in the program. Yeah, so she was pioneer, and I just love to say that when I'm talking with claimants, when they'll call, and if I'm not able to do a case, I'll say, okay, call my sister. I said, call my sister. I said, our mother was the first black woman. She taught
Yes.
us and this and that.
Oh,
So, and I just love that. Yeah, yeah, I love that. Yeah, so that's basically what that is for unemployment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. I didn't even know that there were where you can appeal. Well, I know you can appeal unemployment, but I didn't realize there was an advocate out there that can help someone to be walked through these. Because a lot of people are denied unemployment.
Absolutely, absolutely. And see, in we get involved at the level 3 stage, when they're getting, after they appealed the unemployment decision before going before the administrative law judge. But fortunately, I was going to take this page down. I started a Facebook page in 2016 with my advocacy for the unemployment, and it was basically crickets for years, crickets. And I would say, I'm going to take that page down. I'm going to take that page down. It's just not, it's just holding up space or whatever. I am so glad that I did not take that page down, because when COVID hit, claimants, people were trying to get in touch with unemployment. They couldn't get in touch
That's
with
right.
unemployment. They found my website, and then it was at that time I said, okay, this is my tithe. This is my tithe, what I'm doing for COVID.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That
that
was nice.
Yeah, that was so cool. I said, you know what? Now, had I taken that page down,
You just never know.
and I sure was. I mean, I don't know how many times I said it. I'm gonna take that page
Well, that's
down.
because you're walking in divine order and your steps are being ordered.
Oh, see, there you go. See, I love that. Thank you. Oh,
welcome.
thank you, Minister. Oh, yes, I
Yes,
accept.
yes. Now, did you talk a little bit about, and forgive me if I'm repeating the question, about being a human rights consultant?
Oh, right. Yeah, human rights consultant.
Looking at me.
I
Okay.
became a human rights consultant because it's just recently I knew that there were human rights. I did not know there were 30 of them. And I'm 67 years of age. And I said, you know what? I know I am not by myself. I know there are many people who are not aware of different rights. You know, just like even 23 is Social Security. Now I know about Social Security disability because I used to represent people for get their Social Security disability. But Social Security in and of itself, I thought it was for when we reached a certain stage in our employment, labor, economic tenure, and then once we reach that age and that dollar, as far as the insurance is concerned, that's when we would be able to get Social Security. That's not true. You know, that's not all of Social Security. Social Security is if you need medicine, if you need any type of help, financial, all of that stuff, all of the gamut in Social Security, and even the human rights, even not laws. We just say human rights declarations. We're going to say because it's not a law. They're not laws where a person will. We know that a person would be jailed because number two is don't discriminate, and we don't have people in jail for discrimination. However, like one. See, I think it's number 4. You have a right not to be enslaved. Well, when before I took the class, I would think, okay, enslaved. I'm thinking about in the past, our ancestors and this and that. Not to be enslaved is human trafficking, domestic violence, being kept in that house. Mm-hmm. It opened my eyes, and one part it says we have a right of not to be tortured. You think of war and people being tortured. That is bullying. Either in person, cyber. So it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. So what I do now, this is was twofold. The conferences and they go through as far as the advocacy with the nonprofit empowerment through spoken word poetry, attached to a Help to Heal Foundation. But on my website, I have a class, very minimal. It's all 30 declarations with videos and everything for a person, and then the scholar philosophy of human rights. I didn't know if there are 4 different thoughts on human rights. I did not know that, and these are things. And for me, we talk about empowering. For me, knowing that empowered me. Mm-hmm. I am more empowered because I know more about this.
Mm-hmm. I love how you saying that because today my bike was put together, right? Uh-huh. And as I was trying to get it together, I said, okay, Regina, go through these videos. I was so happy I went through those videos on how to lift the seat up, how far I should think about it, right at my hip area. Right. Where my elbow and the bar, the hand bar should be far apart. Right. None of that I had known. See? And Dr. Sampson used to always say, you got to read the handbook. And really what you're saying is, the more we read and understand about even human rights, because during the time when I believe when Trump was in office, they ended human rights on a national level. It was the Office of Human Rights was ended under his administration, and I was so shocked. I was like, I was so shocked because I was like, how could that be? I thought that was just automatic. But things are not always automatic. So I'm glad that you brought that up. And it is 6:46. We have about 4 minutes left. And what we want to do is let you tell us about all the things that you're doing around the community or in the earth that you can share that our audience can even participate in.
Well, before she says that, when you were talking about about people's benefits and human rights, I want to share that our sponsor also helps with that, Todd Bernstein, and we're going to be showing films again. We gave out tickets to a movie theater to help people with how to be better empowered in their retirement years, whether they're young now or already in retirement. And so he's one of our sponsors. The information has been going across the screen. Yes. And so look out for more film tickets that are coming up, giving out free private screening tickets. But before we go, we want to hear about how people can get in touch with you. Your website and your phone number. We want to let them know that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. You can reach me by phone at 313-605-8220. My website, you can contact me that way as well. That's www.anitacpowell.org. www.anitacpowell.org. Go and take a visit. You can subscribe, fill out the little form, and then also on there, if anything that I've said or what we've said resonated with you on any kind of level, in any kind of way, go on my website. There is a space that you can plug in, set an appointment for a 15-minute free consultation with me, and that's absolutely free. I'd love to share some brother-sister dialogue. I'd love to share some sister-sister dialogue with you. Just all you have to do is just set that appointment, go through there. There are classes on there. I'm going to be including more classes like the Beatitudes, and there's energy principles on there. There's, like I said, the human rights course. There's my You course, You, Your Own Universe, because yes, within you is your own universe. And just like
Love
there's
that.
a universe in the heavens, there's a universe on earth, and that is you.
So tell us about any events that you have coming up.
One event I have coming up is it's an intimate setting of 6. I'm the developer. It's called Tap Into You Treasure Map Experience. And this tap is like a vision board, only what you're doing is we're starting with a blank piece of paper, just a regular piece of paper with crayons, markers, because we're going back into that, that little girl, little
That
boy
youth,
thing.
okay.
Yeah. And then what you do is you take that paper, and I ask a series of questions, and you draw. You don't have to be an artist, because what you're doing is bringing out that creativity. You're bringing out that part of you that for expression and all that kind of stuff. And you just draw. Like one time I drew a train. I drew one line and 2 circles at the end of it, and that represented my train. And then after we're done and asking the questions, then what you can either you call it a prayer portrait, or you call it your treasure map. And this treasure map will speak with you. I always share with people.
And it's February what?
Oh, February 10th. Let me just say the date right there. Yeah.
Okay, February 10th.
Yeah. But yeah, and if you're interested to do one-on-one and group, please call me. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool.
And give them the way they can contact you again.
313-605-8220 or www.anitacpowell.org. And I hope to hear from you.
You have been listening to Community Updates and Enlightened Hearts, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And we thank you, Dr. Anita Powell, for being our guest. And this has been a delicious show. God bless you, everyone.
God bless you guys.
Yes, thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,